速オーバードライブデトロイトスマッシュ。兄さん、今日でもう終わりにしよう。
My Hero Academia, a quirky journey through hero society. Imagine a world where waking up with superpowers, or quirks, is as common as getting your morning coffee. Sounds like a blast, right? Well, for 80% of the population, it absolutely is. They can fly, shoot lasers, explode things, or even make their heads look like speakers. But for the unlucky 20%, life is a bit more mundane. Or in the case of our protagonist, Izuku Midoriya, utterly heartbreaking. Welcome to the vibrant, chaotic, and often hilarious world of My Hero Academia, where being quirky is the norm, and being quirkless is the real anomaly. This is a society built on the very concept of heroes and villains, a world where superpowered individuals maintain order, and one scrawny kid dreams of becoming the greatest hero, despite having zero superpowers himself. Talk about an underdog story for the ages. Our journey begins with Izuku Midoriya, or Deku, a walking encyclopedia of hero knowledge, with an unwavering heart and a tendency to cry. Despite his deep desire to save others, he's born without a quirk, a cruel twist of fate in a society built on superpowers. This initial struggle highlights a profound tension within hero society, as a system thriving on extraordinary abilities inadvertently disadvantages those without them, making Deku's journey a commentary on the very world he inhabits. Then there is All Might, the towering symbol of peace. He's the biggest, baddest, muscle-bound hero around, a beacon of hope whose very presence deters crime. Essentially, he is this world's Superman, but with a secret: his incredible power comes with a ticking time limit. All Might is Deku's ultimate idol, and he's the embodiment of everything that he aspires to be. Little does Deku know, All Might's secret is about to turn his ordinary, quirkless life completely upside down, setting him on a path that he could only dream of. Season 1. The true beginning of Deku's heroic tale unfolds with an unlikely encounter. His life changes irrevocably when he finds himself in the path of a slime villain, only to be saved by none other than All Might himself. In a moment of sheer desperation and selfless bravery, Deku rushes to save his childhood bully Katsuki Bakugo from the same villain, despite having no quirk of his own. Witnessing this raw, unadulterated heroism, All Might reveals his true deflated form, a stark contrast to his muscular public persona. He then unveils the secret of One For All, a transferable quirk that stockpiles immense power. Imagine the shock, your idol deflating like a sad balloon, revealing, surprise, I'm actually a human raisin. All Might, recognizing Deku's inherent heroic spirit, deems him worthy of inheriting his incredible legacy. But first, a hero's training montage unlike any other. Deku must clean up a garbage-strewn beach. Apparently, becoming the world's greatest hero involves a lot of manual labor and dodging rusty refrigerators. After months of grueling physical preparation, Deku finally receives One For All. With a power that he can barely control, Deku enters the prestigious UA High School entrance exam, the ultimate proving ground for aspiring heroes. During the practical exam, he unleashes his newfound power to save a fellow examinee, Ochako Uraraka, from a massive robot, severely injuring himself in the process. It's less a heroic feat and more self-inflicted chiropractic emergency, but it unequivocally proves his heroic spirit, even if his body pays a steep price. Miraculously, he passes, much to everyone's surprise and his bones' dismay. Inside the hallowed halls of UA, Deku is introduced to Class 1A, a vibrant assembly of future heroes. There is Katsuki Bakugo, his explosive, hot-headed rival and childhood tormentor, Tenya Ida, the super-speedy, rules-obsessed class representative, and Ochako Uraraka, the gravity-defying sweetheart who quickly becomes a close friend. The class is a menagerie of fascinating quirks and personalities, each with their own quirks, pun intended, and dreams. The class's first true test arrives swiftly with the USJ, Unforeseen Simulation Joint, incident. The League of Villains, led by the enigmatic and unsettling Shigaraki Tomura, launches a direct assault on the students. Shigaraki's first impression is certainly memorable. Is he wearing severed hands on his face? Fashion choices are wild these days. ways. The villains unleash a monstrous Nomu, a genetically engineered creature specifically designed to combat All Might. This is no drill. It's a full-scale attack, and the young heroes are thrust into a real battle for survival. All Might arrives just in the nick of time, delivering a devastating plus-ultra punch to the Nomu, saving the day but pushing his already dwindling power to its absolute limits. The USJ incident, while a victory for the heroes, subtly foreshadows a significant vulnerability. All Might, the very symbol of peace, whose presence has maintained societal stability over the years, is seen pushing his limits and revealing his weakened state to a villain. This event is not just a minor setback, it's also a crack in the foundation of the hero system. If the pillar of society is so fragile, then what happens when he's gone? The incident immediately elevates the stakes beyond Deku's personal journey, hinting at a broader societal crisis. The villains are not merely attacking students, they are directly challenging the idea of peace and stability, demonstrating that it's not all as robust as it appears. Here is a quick look at some of Class 1A's most prominent members and their unique abilities. Izuku Midoriya, one for all, cries a lot but in a heroic way, analyzes everything to death. Katsuki Bakugo, explosion, loud, angry, and surprisingly smart, prone to yelling. Ochako Uraraka, zero gravity, sweet, bubbly, might make you float away if she likes you. Tenya Ida, engine, rules obsessed, runs like a maniac, often seen chopping the air. Shoto Todoroki, half cold, half hot, ice prince with daddy issues, prefers ice but fire is growing on him. Eijiro Kirishima, hardening, manly, honorable, and can turn himself into a rock. Denki Kaminari, electrification, a walking lightning rod, sometimes short-circuits his own brain. Suyu Asui, frog, straightforward, logical, and says ribbit a lot. Season 2. After the harrowing USJ incident, it's time for the UA Sports Festival. Basically the Olympics, but with superpowers and way more explosions. This annual event is the ultimate audition for aspiring heroes, a chance for Class 1A to show off their quirks and skills to pro-hero agencies. Deku, still struggling to control One for All, finds himself in a precarious position, constantly on the verge of self-destruction every time he attempts to use his power. The Sports Festival is where it becomes clear that half the class could probably win a talent show just by existing. A major spotlight shines on Shoto Todoroki, the stoic prodigy with a powerful half-cold, half-hot quirk. During the festival, his tragic backstory unfolds, revealing his abusive father Endeavor, the second-rank hero, and Shoto's steadfast refusal to use the fire side of his quirk as a form of rebellion. Deku, ever the emotional support hero, manages to break through Todoroki's emotional walls during their epic battle, helping him confront his past and embrace the full potential of his own power. Todoroki's family drama makes your average Thanksgiving dinner look like a serene tea party. In the end, Bakugo wins the sports festival, but he is so infuriated by what he perceives as Deku and Todoroki's pity or restraint that he looks like he just lost. Classic Bakugo. Following the sports festival, students embark on internships with professional heroes. This period introduces a new chilling threat, the hero killer Stain. Ida, driven by a thirst for revenge after Stain gravely injures his older brother Tensei, confronts the villain. Stain is not just a common criminal, he is a fervent ideologue who believes that only true heroes are worthy, and he systematically purges those he deems fakes. Deku and Todoroki rush to Ida's aid, leading to a brutal street fight in an alleyway. Stain certainly has a point about fake heroes, but his methods involve a lot of licking blood, which is not exactly a great marketing strategy. Stain's actions and radical ideology send shockwaves throughout the hero society. His philosophy, which critiques the commercialization and the perceived corruption of heroism, resonates with both disillusioned citizens and a growing number of villains. He's not merely a physical threat, but he's a philosophical one, planting seeds of doubt about the integrity of the hero system itself. Before Stain's emergence, the hero society, anchored by All Might, appeared relatively stable. However, Stain's public critique of the system and his targeting of fake heroes introduces a new, unsettling element. His actions and philosophy do not just inspire other villains, they begin to sow widespread public skepticism about the integrity and the true purpose of heroes. This This marks a shift from isolated criminal acts to a growing societal disillusionment. This increasing distrust, fueled by Stain's radical message, serves as a precursor to the eventual societal collapse witnessed later in the series. It reveals that the underlying issues began festering long before the major conflicts, suggesting that the symbol of peace was, in some ways, masking deeper systematic vulnerabilities. The public's faith in heroes, it turns out, is not absolute, and Stain expertly exploits that vulnerability. Season 3. The stakes escalate dramatically in Season 3. Class 1A attends a summer training camp in the woods, only for it to be violently interrupted by the League of Villains Vanguard Action Squad. It is utter chaos, with quirks flying everywhere, and then, in a shocking turn of events, Bakugo gets kidnapped. Welcome to summer camp! Today's activity? Avoiding villain attacks and getting kidnapped. This abduction sets the stage for a daring hero operation, the Hideout Raid. Pro heroes launch a massive coordinated assault to rescue Bakugo, leading to the epic, earth-shattering showdown between All Might and his arch-nemesis All for One. This is the Battle of the Ages, the Clash of Titans, a truly seismic event that shakes the very foundations of hero society. In a brutal, emotionally charged victory, All Might uses the very last embers of One for All. With his power completely depleted, he points to the camera, declaring, "You're next," a poignant declaration signifying Deku's future as the next symbol of peace. The symbol of peace has officially retired, leaving behind a massive power vacuum and a terrified society grappling with the absence of its greatest protector. All Might's retirement speech was less mic drop and more entire city block drop. All Might's retirement is far more than a personal milestone for Deku. It represents a catastrophic blow to the entire hero society. The stability All Might provided was, in many ways, a facade, entirely reliant on one man's overwhelming power. His absence immediately triggers a surge in villain activity and widespread public anxiety, necessitating a rapid acceleration in hero training. This urgency is reflected in the Provisional Hero License Exam, a high-stakes test designed to quickly certify new heroes. This situation underscores the unsustainable nature of a society built around a single dominant figure, and it foreshadows the impending collapse as the system struggles to adapt to the new reality. Deku's personal growth and journey are now inextricably linked to the fate of the world itself, not just his individual dream of becoming a hero. The Provisional Hero License Exam itself is a grueling test involving rescuing civilians, fighting villains or other students in villain costumes, and navigating rival schools like Shiketsu High, with their own unique and powerful students, such as the shape-shifting Kami, who's actually Toga, a transforming villain in disguise. The exam is basically survive a disaster while also looking cool. Season 4. Season 4 plunges into a darker, more intense arc with the Shie Hisaikai Yakuza. Deku, alongside Mirio Togata, a Big 3 student with an incredibly powerful yet difficult to master quirk, interns with Sir Night-Eye, All Might's former sidekick. They uncover the sinister dealings of the Shie Hisaikai Yakuza, led by the terrifying Overhaul. This villain is using a young girl named Eri to create quirk-destroying drugs, a horrific exploitation of her unique ability. Overhaul's quirk, while terrifying, also makes him seem like a very angry Lego master builder, disassembling and reassembling anything that he touches. The arc culminates in a heart-wrenching confrontation. Mirio, a beacon of pure heroism, makes the ultimate sacrifice, losing his quirk entirely while protecting Eri. Deku then steps up, pushing One for All to an unprecedented 100% with Eri's help, to defeat Overhaul in a visually spectacular and emotionally charged battle. Eri is rescued, but the cost, particularly for Mirio, is immense. Mirio's quirk was so good that it was basically a cheat code until it wasn't, when he was shot by a quirk-destroying bullet that took it away. After the intense and dramatic events of the Overhaul arc, UA High hosts its annual cultural festival, providing a much-needed respite. Class 1A decides to put on a concert, a stark contrast to their usual heroics. During this lighter period, Deku faces a new kind of villain, Gentle Criminal and his sidekick La Brava, who are essentially just trying to gain YouTube views through their antics. From fighting a Yakuza boss to fighting a YouTuber, the hero life is full of surprises. The festival offers a crucial moment of peace and joy, especially for Eri, who has endured unimaginable trauma. Thanks to Class 1A's performance and the warmth of her new environment, Eri finally experiences happiness and smiles for the very first time. This juxtaposition of intense trauma and a moment of pure joy highlights a crucial thematic element, the cycle of trauma and the profound importance of healing within a hero society. Heroes do not merely defeat villains, they also bear the immense responsibility of mending the damage inflicted and offering hope to those who have suffered. Ares' smile isn't just a happy moment, it's a powerful symbol that heroism extends far beyond just combat, encompassing emotional and psychological recovery. It underscores that the cost of heroism is not solely physical, it also includes emotional toll on the victims, and the hero's vital role in alleviating that burden. Before the season wraps, Endeavor, now officially Japan's #1 hero, takes on a high-end Nomu in Fukuoka. It's a brutal, high-stakes brawl that leaves him bloodied, half-dead, and standing tall with a flaming fist in the air, finally proving that he's more than just a hothead with a bad temper. This moment marks the start of his journey toward redemption, a narrative that becomes crucial in the following seasons. Also, we must not forget the emotional blow from Sir Night-Eye's death. After being fatally wounded from the Overhaul raid, Night-Eye passes away in the hospital. His loss profoundly affects both Mirio and Izuku and reinforces the harsh realities of hero work. Season 5. Season 5 begins with the joint training arc, where Class 1A and Class 1B engage in a series of collaborative battles. This arc is designed to hone their quirks, teamwork, and strategic thinking. It provides an excellent opportunity to showcase the growth of the supporting cast and introduces a significant development for Deku, his burgeoning ability to use the quirks of previous One-for-All users. Class 1B is basically the we're just as good, honest class, always eager to prove themselves. During these joint training exercises, Deku accidentally activates Black Whip, the quirk of a past One-for-All user. This unexpected manifestation signifies the true potential and increasing complexity of his inherited power, hinting at the vast untapped abilities within One-for-All. The narrative then takes a dramatic shift, focusing entirely on the League of Villains in the My Villain Academia arc. This deep dive into the antagonist's perspective is crucial. We delve into Shigaraki Tomura's tragic past, his profound connection to All for One, and the brutal, transformative training he undergoes to awaken his true, terrifying power. The League finds itself in a brutal conflict against the Meta Liberation Army, a massive organization of quirk users led by the charismatic Reed Destro. Turns out, villains have origin stories too. Who knew they weren't just born evil? Shigaraki undergoes a horrifying transformation, unlocking his quirk's true destructive potential and emerging as the new, formidable leader of the Paranormal Liberation Army. This is the pivotal moment where the villains cease to be a mere nuisance and evolve into a legitimate, terrifying, and organized threat to society. This period depicts a fascinating parallel evolution between the protagonist and the primary antagonist. As Deku gains new quirks from One-for-All, simultaneously, Shigaraki undergoes a massive power-up and assumes leadership of a unified villain front. This is not just about individual growth, it signifies the escalating stakes of the entire conflict. The world itself is becoming more extreme, forcing both heroes and villains to adapt and grow to unprecedented levels, leading directly into the catastrophic Paranormal Liberation War. The series is moving beyond simple good versus evil to a conflict of escalating power and profound societal transformation. Izuku, Bakugo, and Todoroki begin an internship with Endeavor. This arc, often overlooked, offers vital development. Endeavor attempts to mentor the boys while also confronting the damage that he's done to his own family. A pivotal dinner with the Todoroki family lays bare their trauma, especially the tensions between Endeavor and his sons. When a villain named Ending threatens Natsuo Todoroki, the trio works with Endeavor to save him, cementing their bond and deepening Endeavor's resolve to atone. This arc is essential in setting the stage for the explosive family drama ahead. Meanwhile, Hawks, the #2 hero, secretly infiltrates the Meta Liberation Army under the guise of allegiance. In truth, he's feeding the pro-heroes crucial intel that enables their preemptive strike in Season 6. His double agent work is risky, and it weighs heavily on him as he juggles public appearances and underground espionage. Season 6. Season 6 erupts with the Paranormal Liberation War, an all-out, unprecedented conflict between the heroes and the newly formed Paranormal Liberation Army. The heroes launch a massive, coordinated assault on the villains' strongholds, leading to clashes on an unimaginable scale. Casualties are high, and the destruction is immense, tearing through cities and lives alike. This is not your average schoolyard brawl. This is city-destroying, hero-losing, utter chaos. The war results in major casualties among among the heroes. Cities are leveled, and the public perception of heroes is shattered. The conflict brutally exposes the true fragility of hero society, revealing its vulnerabilities on a grand scale. In the devastating aftermath of the war, Deku, burdened by the immense secrets of One for All and the crushing weight of responsibility, isolates himself. He goes rogue, hunting villains alone, adopting the grim, tired appearance of a vigilante. Deku's descent into vigilante life is as exhausting as it is heroic. He pushes himself to the brink, rarely sleeping, covered in dirt and exhaustion, and battling escaped villains like Muscular and the deadly assassin Lady Nagat, a former pro-hero turned mercenary. One for All's burden weighs heavily on him as he isolates himself from UA and society. But the most emotional beat comes when Class 1A catches up with him. In a tearful confrontation, Bakugo steps up and does the unthinkable. He apologizes. He confesses his guilt, admits his past bullying, and tells Izuku how he's always admired his unbreakable spirit. This moment finally mends the rift between them, turning their rivalry into a brotherhood. The Paranormal Liberation War, with its major casualties and widespread devastation, is a direct consequence of the escalating villain power and the crumbling symbol of peace system. This war is not just a battle. It represents the culmination of the societal decay hinted at by Stain's ideology and All Might's retirement. It fully exposes the deep cracks in hero society, leading to widespread public disillusionment and chaos. Deku's subsequent Dark Deku phase is a direct consequence of this societal collapse and the immense burden placed upon him. It embodies the psychological toll of heroism when the very system meant to support it is failing. This arc forces the series to confront the darker implications of its own premise. What happens when the heroes can't save everyone, and the world itself turns against them? It shifts the narrative from a hopeful superhero story to a gritty post-apocalyptic struggle for survival and the redefinition of heroism. The war's high casualty list includes the fan-favorite villain Twice. Hawks, realizing the threat of Twice's quirk-multiplying forces, makes a heartbreaking decision and kills him early in the battle. This act sends shockwaves through the League of Villains, especially Toga, and adds another layer of moral ambiguity to the conflict. The most personal bombshell comes when Dabi hijacks a national broadcast mid-war. He reveals himself as Toya Todoroki, Endeavor's presumed dead eldest son. With cold fury, he exposes Endeavor's abusive past and Hawk's questionable actions, including Twice's murder and an alleged killing of Best Jeanist, which is later disproven. This public betrayal shatters Endeavor emotionally and severely damages the public's faith in heroes. In the midst of crumbling trust, another bombshell drops. Aoyama, the cheese-loving laser naval guy, is revealed as the traitor that was feeding intel to All for One. Betrayal stings, but in classic My Hero Academia fashion, he gets a redemption arc, helping the heroes bait the villains into their final trap. Beyond, the Final Act Saga. Enter Star and Stripe, America's #1 hero with muscles, attitude, and a quirk called New Order that lets her rewrite reality like a power-crazed fanfic author. She shows up, gives Shigaraki the fight of his life, and then goes down in a blaze of plus-ultra glory, crippling him in the process and buying our heroes precious time. The aftermath of the Paranormal Liberation War plunges society into disarray, marking the beginning of the Final Act Saga. Villains escape from the maximum security prison and chaos reigns supreme across the land, and the public's faith in heroes plummets to an all-time low. Further secrets about One for All and All for One are unveiled, deepening the lore and setting the stage for the ultimate final confrontation between these two powers. The series enters its climactic phase, where heroes must not only defeat villains, but also undertake the monumental task of rebuilding a shattered society and redefining what it means to be a hero in a world devoid of a singular symbol of peace. This progression into the Final Act Saga, characterized by societal collapse and Deku's transformation into a grim vigilante, stands in stark contrast to the hopeful, bright beginning of the series, where heroism was celebrated and largely effective. The narrative has progressively deconstructed the traditional superhero trope. It began with a clear distinction between good and evil, but it is now unflinchingly portraying the immense cost, the systemic flaws, and the profound psychological toll of heroism. This deconstruction compels the characters, and by extension the audience, audience to reevaluate the very definition of heroism. It is no longer solely about punching bad guys, it's about resilience, the arduous process of societal repair, and the unwavering pursuit of hope even in the depths of despair. The series evolves from a classic shonen to a more mature and nuanced exploration of power, responsibility, and the complex gray areas of justice, allowing it to resonate on a far deeper level than a simple good guys win narrative. Conclusion? Plus Ultra. The journey through My Hero Academia is an incredible odyssey, transforming from a quirkless kid's impossible dream into a world teetering on the brink of collapse. This series is far more than just cool powers and flashy battles. It's a profound exploration of heart, perseverance, and the messy, often painful business of saving the world. It's like watching your favorite cartoon grow up and get a job, and that job happens to be saving humanity. The series' evolution is remarkable, from the lighthearted school days of Class 1A to a gritty, all-out war for survival. It consistently highlights enduring themes such as heroism, sacrifice, justice, and the powerful idea that even in the darkest times, there's always a Plus Ultra spirit urging one to go beyond. Plus Ultra initially meant pushing physical limits. As My Hero Academia darkened, its meaning deepened, encompassing emotional and ideological boundaries. In despair, it becomes about hope. By the final act, it signified maintaining humanity and building society, mirroring the series' thematic growth in defining heroism. And so, our epic journey through the world of My Hero Academia continues to its thrilling conclusion. After years of incredible battles, heartwarming friendships, and enough emotional moments to fill a lifetime, the final season is almost upon us. Get ready to witness the ultimate showdown as the heroes face their greatest challenges yet. The 8th and final season of My Hero Academia is set to premiere on October 4th, 2025 on Crunchyroll. It's time to prepare for the grand finale, where every Plus Ultra will count more than ever before. Will Deku truly become the symbol of peace? Will Hero Society be rebuilt from the ashes? Only time and the final season will tell. If you enjoyed this recap, then please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. If you'd like me to recap any other anime, just let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.